So this exercise has a few names. I know it by as Tailors pose, and my understanding is that it kind of came from as Tailors were sitting on the ground, they'd use their feet to hold whatever they were working on as a means of stability, and then their hands were free to do what they needed to do. So it requires quite a bit of hip mobility, and we can use weight, which I'll show you, to be able to find more comfort in that position. But a consideration for, say, like sports, or even just like resting postures, like sitting cross-legged, is that ability for the hip to get into this externally rotated position with a little bit of adduction. So need that, which means the adductors on the inside have to lengthen and the muscles on the opposite side have to shorten. But it's no good if there's only tension on one side of the joint. So that's where this gets interesting, in that you're trying to tighten both sides. The weight helps with that, but then also there's an awareness you have to bring to the glutes. So let's run through some reps and talk about how that might progress. So you set yourself up nice and close to a wall. Best you can, try and use a bit of a flat back. If you can't, you can always get a bolster, put that underneath so you're a little bit lifted. But what you're looking to do is get pretty comfortable up against this wall. If this is too much, put the feet further in front or try that bolster. So with weights, these are about 8 kilos each. I'm putting them on my knees and I'm lifting them up. And you're trying to strengthen in the long range, but you're also trying to bring in an element of fatigue so that the muscles on the opposite side, so that's kind of your deep six, your external rotators, your adductors, can they now win that tug of war against the adductors on the other side? So if they're a bit fatigued and relatively they're stronger than the other side, now you have more of an opportunity to create tension in the hip external rotators and adductors. So I'm going to fatigue. I'm going to go for like 15 to 20 reps. And as I start to feel the weight getting a little bit heavier, I'm going to come down, and now I'm not just dead hanging here. I'm trying to pull my knees into the ground. So what that means is my hand here, I'm pushing down into my hand. I'm trying to close this space down. And the weight is assisting me. And I might hang out for about 30 seconds. If you just get like tingles or sort of pins and needles into the inside of the knee, adjust, bring your feet further out, open up the angle of your knee. One of those nerves might be getting a little bit grumpy. Try and use a weight that assists your stretch, but not a weight that makes it that you can't relax as well. Because it's a weird dichotomy where you're trying to create tension but also relaxation in the right areas. Because too much tension takes away from your stability, but you also need tension for stability. So it's a bit of a fluidity. So you have to find that. And about 30 seconds. And then I'm done. You might do a few sets of that. You might superset it with something on the opposite side, maybe like a modified plank or like a glute exercise, because now you've got more access to those posterior hip muscles. Whereas before you were fighting the tension of those maybe relatively stronger groin. Relative meaning that the inside being stronger than the outside. What might that look like? For a lot of people that say jump when they land, that knee comes in, that says adductors shortening, these guys lengthening. There is a role to that, but in excess it can create knee problems, hip, ankle, back, whatever, anywhere up and down the chain. But great little stretch. Try and progress to get the knees to the floor, and then the maintenance is much less work.